Few years ago, I was a student and studied my master's degree in a city of England. I love England. I love the country, the United Kingdom. The great history, the lovely people, the brilliant cultures, so many things about that place. I love it so much, including fish and chips. But when it comes to the safety, to be honest, maybe I only can give a negative answer. I still remember so many England cities are not that safe, even terrible. Some of my classmates got robbed and pickpocketed, even in daytime, not mentioned to midnight. But if we talk about the safety in China, to be honest, I think in China, in the aspect of safety, is much more better than the United Kingdom. So China is a very safe country, and I'm saying this not because I'm Chinese. China is my motherland, so I love my country. I only say positive things about my country, not because that, but because I think this is a fact. So now let's check the time. Give me a moment. As you can see, this time is around 1 a.m. in the 1 a.m. in the morning. 1 a.m. in the morning in China. So now I will take my camera and go out to the street, and I will walk in the street to film everything I see. And I just want to show the reality, the real situation in midnight of China. In this time, 1 a.m. in the morning, if you stroll in the streets, what will happen? And let's see. I will go now, take my camera, and film everything I see. Okay, let's go. To be honest, I'm a little bit nervous because nothing is 100%. You can see the time. You can see the time again. Okay, let's see the time again. Approximately 1 a.m. in the morning. And China is a safe country, but as I said, nothing is 100%, nothing is for granted. I'm a little bit nervous, but I really want to film a real situation in middle night of China. So let's go now. Call elevator. So here's Buddha. I respect Buddha so much, and I think sometimes Buddha's teaching always gave me energy, and Buddha's wisdom sometimes can relieve our suffering. So I respect Buddha and always learn something from Buddha's wisdom. Okay, now I'm ready. Now I'm leaving my apartment.
Going down.
So now I have already left my apartment, and this is the middle night of China, middle night of China street. It seems very silent and very peaceful. No homeless around this area. Let's continue. Actually, I'm a little bit nervous, but it's okay. So, at the moment, everything seems fine. And let's go and see what will happen. Let's check the time. What's the time? Okay. 1 a.m. past 2. So you can see some people, some windows sell in night snacks. Actually, Chinese people very like eat night snacks. That is a easy way to relax themselves after a busy work a day. Today is Friday, so after a busy work, Chinese people like to eat some night snacks to relax themselves. You can buy some night snacks in those windows, such as fried eggs with rice, such as beef kebabs and lamb kebabs. So I will go to that darkest area to see what will happen in that area. In China, midnight life is diverse. Some people go to pub, some people go to drink, some people just stay at home watching televisions or play their phones, TikTok, etc. Okay, let's go. This cars are very annoying. They always occupy the space of the sidewalk. Parking space is insufficient in China. Sometimes people just park their cars on the sidewalk, like this. So annoying. But it seems there isn't a good solution for this problem. Especially, this is a school zone. There is a middle school on the outside of the road. From Monday to Friday, traffic is very bad here. Generally, I don't drive on this road during weekdays. Maybe someone has a question for me, asking if this is the safest area in your city, and therefore you have the guts to stroll at this time. Of course, there are always relatively dangerous and safe areas, but generally speaking, in my city, as in many Chinese cities, there are absolutely no go areas or perfectly safe areas. Every district has relatively similar conditions in terms of public safety. Okay, let's look China streets in 1 a.m. in the morning. So China, as you see, midnight is very peaceful, silent, no homeless. But I also want to remind you guys, we cannot take everything for granted. We cannot take everything for granted. There is also in China, 常在河边走，哪有不是鞋? Which means the direct meaning is, if you always walk by the river, how can your shoes not get wet? 常在河边走，哪有不是鞋? If you always walk by the river, how can your shoes not get wet? So, which means, if you always do some risky things, finally you will put yourself in a real dangerous situation. That's why I said we cannot take anything for granted. Nothing is 100%. Even China is a very safe country. still need to have a situational awareness all the time. If you find something wrong, you just leave. Don't put yourself in a real dangerous situation. Where is the night? Okay. Go. When I studied in UK, you always can see a lot of homeless around the community. In China, that is not a thing you really often can see. Why is it common to see homeless people in the UK, but in China it's very few? Is China rich enough? Can everybody afford apartments? Is China more developed than the UK? I don't think so. I'm not sure. However, I believe a potential answer to why there are so many homeless people in the UK but relatively few in China is that different approaches to urban management. In the UK, nobody stops you if you want to sleep in the streets. You have more freedom if you want to do something in the streets. On the contrary, China have strict urban management. Homeless people may stay in hidden places rather than public spaces like sidewalks or entrance of public buildings. I couldn't say which is better. What do you think? If we look back the history of China, 20 years ago, 15 years ago, China wasn't safe, even terrible. But after Chinese people developing their economy, after more and more people got jobs, the safety situation is getting better and better in China. I'm going home now. I'm coming that way and go back this way, just a cycle. Here is a bus station. But now, if you want to go another place, you only can take taxi. At this time, there is no bus service. So that is my apartment. Let's go home. Everything is fine at the moment. Lovely. I have a phone call. Okay. I'm safe now. Okay, I'm phone now. As you see in my video, I filmed everything I saw in this time. Let's check the time. As you see, nobody attacked me, nobody asked me for money, nobody robbed me, and everything is fine walking in the street at midnight in China. So I would say, as you see, China is very safe, even at the midnight time. But also, don't take everything for granted. Nothing is 100%, nothing is perfect. As I mentioned before, China also experienced a very dangerous period 10 years ago, 20 years ago. Crimes in that time was terrible, and nobody felt safe in that time. Decades ago, security bars like this were popular in China. People used them to prevent burglaries, which gives you an idea of how rampant crime was back then. This video reflects the reality in Guangzhou in 2003. It was near the Guangzhou railway station, where many people got mugged by these guys on motorcycles, just after getting off train or bus. As you can imagine, the situation was really bad.